Welcome to my channel. I'm Alio, and today we're going to talk about Grade 4 Math Lego 2018 contest. Before we get into the video, if you like me, please subscribe to my channel so you can watch all my latest videos. Thanks for your support! The first question is, which of the following sums and products is an odd number? Before we figure this out, let's go through some of the words. You might be wondering, what does sum mean? What does products mean? And what does an odd number mean? Well, let's figure it out. Sums refer to the result of additions. For example, 2 plus 3 equals 5. So 5 is the sum of 2 plus 3. Products refer to the result of multiplication. For example, 2 times 3 equals 6. So 6 is the product of 2 times 3. And lastly, we have an odd number. An odd number is a number that ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now let's go back to the question. A is 2018 times 2019. So to figure out if a number is an odd number or an even number, we need to look at the ones position. So we have 8 times 9 equals 72. 72 ends in a 2, so that is definitely incorrect because 2 is an even number. Now what about B? B, let's see, it's 9 times 0. And we know that any number multiplied by 0 is a 0. A big fat 0. So that is also definitely not correct. What about C? C, we have 2018 plus 2019. So we have 8 plus 9 equals 17. 17 ends in a 7. And 7 is an odd number, so C is correct. Now let's get D to check if it is incorrect. We have 9 plus 1 equals 10. So there's a 0 in the ones place. Big fat 0, like the second one. So the answer is C. Let's check. Now for the final moment. I pressed it. We are correct. The second question is, if Alio multiplies a whole number by itself, which of the following could be the result? So, multiplying a whole number by itself, for example, 2 times 2 equals 4. So 4 is a square number. Another example is 3 times 3 equals 9. And 9 is also a square number. So we can actually change the question into which of the following is a square number. Let's look at A. A is 24. Let's see. We know that 4 times 4 equals 16. And 16 is definitely too small. And 5 times 5 equals 25, which is a bit too big. So A can't be correct. What about B? Well, B is 25, and we know that 5 times 5 equals 25. So the answer is B. Let's check. Drum rolls, please. Yay, I'm correct. We are the masters. Happy dance. Now, let's look at the third question. What is the product of 49 ones? We know that 1 times 1 equals 1. And another 1 times 1 equals 1. So no matter how many ones we're multiplying, the answer is still going to be 1. So I'm going to circle A. Let's check if the answer is correct. We passed it. Yay, we are correct. Dun, dun. Now let's look at the fourth question. 4 dozen socks equals how many pairs of socks? Before we figure this out, I have some questions. What does dozen mean and what does pairs mean? Well, I searched it up on the internet and found this. So we have what does dozen mean and what does pairs mean? I found a dozen is a grouping of 12 items. For example, 1 dozen eggs equals 12 eggs. Now I get it. So dozen is just a shorter way of saying 12 items. And what about pairs? Well, a pair is a grouping of 2 items. For example, 1 pair of socks equals 2 socks. Now let me, kind of give you another one of these questions. What is 2 pairs of socks? I'm going to play easy on you because I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer is 4. Now let's go back to the question. So first, 4 dozen socks. We have 4 times 12 equals 48 socks. Now we have to divide 48 by 2. 48 divided by 2 equals 24 pairs of socks. The answer is B because B is 24 pairs of socks. Drum rolls please, we're going to check if the answer is correct. Let's press it. We are correct. Now for the last and the final question. The fifth question is, if the number of months in the year is divided by the number of days in a week, what is the remainder? Well, we know that there are 12 months in a year and 7 days in a week. So let's divide. 12 divided by 7, which is very easy because we are smarty pants. So let's figure that out. 7 goes into 12 one time. 1 times 7 equals 7. And 12 minus 7 equals 5. So the remainder is 5. This is weird because the last question is usually the hardest question. But this one is so easy. And we figured it out like any other question. Anyway, let's check if our answer is correct. If we get this one correct, we can have all of them correct. So let's see. Press the answer key. We are correct. Do you think that is fun? Well, I did. Well, not just because we got all of them correct. The most important thing is to have fun. Anyway, bye-bye. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like to my channel. Eat.